Caitlin Clark that's setting out games, or is it the Indiana Fever making Caitlin Clark set out games?
Now, this game is one that they probably had circled with a smiley face by it.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
After trying to destroy Caitlin Clark, ESPN just dropped a bombshell on Stephanie White, and it's shaking the WNBA to its core. It all started when White slipped up on live TV, and in that moment, the truth started to unravel. What should have been a simple injury update spiraled into suspicion that the Fever may be deliberately sidelining Caitlin Clark, and now, the backlash is exploding.
Now, news broke moments ago that Caitlin Clark will not be playing in tonight's game.
Caitlin Clark is officially out with what they're calling a right groin injury, and she's day-to-day, whatever that means now. But that day-to-day label, it's starting to look more like week-to-week, or even wait till August if you're lucky. ESPN's Holly Rowe recently said Clark saw a specialist, no additional damage was found, nothing new to report. And yet somehow the timeline for her return is pushed all the way into the 3rd week of August. That's weeks away.
I don't think Caitlin Clark should be kicking any down balls, quite frankly. She should be resting her frickin' leg.
And right when you think it can't get any more confusing, a clip drops of Caitlin Clark kicking a soccer ball like she's trying out for the U.S. women's national team. Not just standing there, not just goofing off, she's using the same leg that's supposed to be injured. And this isn't some random video from the past, it's now while she's being held out of games.
Caitlin Clark, of course, out today for her 13th game this season.
Fans are mad, some are heartbroken, others are flat out suspicious. If she's well enough to swing her leg like that, one fan posted, why isn't she shooting threes or running the floor? That question keeps coming up. Is Caitlin Clark actually injured by, or is something bigger being hidden here? This is where Expert jumps in, and honestly, they raise a huge point. What if this isn't Caitlin's choice at all? What if the Indiana Fever are the ones keeping her off the court? And here's where it starts to feel messy.
Last week, no additional injury was found in that exam and scan, but Stephanie White did tell us that they will be even more cautious with their approach to her return to play this time.
Look back at earlier in the season. Caitlin returned from injury once before, and the team threw her back into games without any real practice time or conditioning. That part's confirmed. But now they're being extra cautious, saying she needs to ramp up in practice first, get in rhythm with teammates, and ease back into things. Suddenly? Now you care about recovery timelines?
As you look at their schedule, the 3rd week in August provides a few more practice days where that seems like it's realistic, and while she does remain day-to-day,
the way the organization is communicating about this makes it worse. Vague pressers, weird phrasing like, we're protecting her better this time, and we're making sure she has the right rhythm. None of this feels clear, none of it feels confident, and it absolutely doesn't feel like Caitlin Clark, one of the most competitive, visible athletes in America, is the one calling these shots.
That we've got what we've got to continue to grow and connect in those ways, and not, is she available, is she not available?
And then there's the elephant in the room. What's going on inside that locker room? Stephanie White, who's been front and center in all of this, gave a press conference that only added fuel to the fire. She talked about outside noise, about how things inside the locker room need to stay inside. But if everything was smooth behind the scenes, would she even have to say that? Her comments were uncomfortable.
Shooting, and she's been with our athletic training team, and we've been preparing everybody else.
She didn't sound like a coach giving a routine injury update. She sounded like someone trying to patch up a bigger mess without saying the wrong thing. And fans picked up on it instantly. One YouTuber said it best. Things are looking spooky. Even the timing of this is suspicious. The Indiana Fever are playing the Phoenix Mercury, a game that's already loaded with tension. Remember, Diana Taurasi and Dana Bonner are in the mix, and Bonner left the Fever under very ugly circumstances. That game, that drama, it's personal. And now Clark isn't on the court for that? Some think Clark being benched is about keeping her out of the spotlight, out of the crossfire. Others say it's about avoiding headlines, dodging deeper questions. But one thing is clear, nobody believes this is just a simple groin strain anymore.
Nothing else going on, and no more damage. Now it's just it's just being patient with the process.
This isn't just about injury management. This is about control, narratives, and possibly damage control from a team that's trying to keep the lid on something way bigger than they're letting on. And with every new clip, every strange quote, and every passing game, it feels like the truth is slipping further away, while the Fever Hope fans just stop asking. But they won't. Not with Caitlin Clark. Not with the biggest star the league has seen in years. And not when the answers don't make sense.
Right, but I think at the end of the day, we have to be where our feet are. We have to approach every day and every game.
Let's be real. Stephanie White's latest press conference? Yeah, it didn't clear up anything. In fact, it had the exact opposite effect. If anything, it made people more suspicious. It was the kind of presser where you stop halfway through and think, wait, did she just admit there's drama without actually admitting it?
And every day you got to play with a sense of urgency, and sometimes you have to weather storms, and sometimes you have to navigate circumstance, right?
Here's what Stephanie said. We try to keep what happens inside. Now that might sound like a pretty standard coach response, until you listen to the way she said it. Tight-lipped, cautious, almost like someone trying to stop a leak before the dam breaks.
And as most people know, you have to work your way through that, and she did. And she's been really impactful for us off the bench. And we wanted to bring her energy.
And then she got into talk about emotional strain, outside speculation, and how it's been tough filtering through all the noise. What noise, Steph? Noise from where? From who? Because if everything in that locker room is sunshine and smoothies, why are we suddenly talking like we're in crisis management mode?
You have to navigate circumstance, right? But I think at the end of the day, we have to be where our feet are. We have to approach every day and every game.
At one point, it honestly felt less like a basketball update and more like someone giving a press briefing after a political scandal. It was vague, it was defensive, and it didn't sound like a coach confidently leading a team. It sounded like someone trying to dodge landmines.
The main thing.
Is she insinuating that there's drama in the locker room? Because this is what I know I'm not tripping here.
And the fans? They picked up on it immediately. Commenters didn't hold back either. His reaction summed up what a lot of people were thinking. Something's off. And that off feeling hasn't gone away. If anything, it's only gotten louder.
I think first and foremost, just the way that she approaches the game.
But just when things couldn't get messier, enter the Phoenix Mercury. And with them, the ghost of drama passed. Dana Bonner. Now, for those who don't know the backstory, Dana Bonner's exit from the Indiana Fever was, let's just say, not exactly a group hug and a goodbye cake. It was messy, the kind of departure that leaves bruises on the franchise. And now she's rolling into town with the Mercury like it's the final boss level.
Things are looking spooky for Stephanie White. She be low-key sneak dissing.
They made a solid point. This wasn't just any game on the schedule. The Fever had this one circled, probably in red ink and maybe even a little fire emoji next to it. This was personal. There's unfinished business here. And what does Stephanie White do? She goes on record, publicly, praising Dana Bonner and the Mercury. She's found her fit, she said. She's comfortable in that system. Like, what?
That seems like a better timetable for a possible Caitlin Clark return, because they have said we will be even more cautious this time, and practice ramp-up is going to be essential.
Fans are out here trying to figure out why their team is a hot mess, why Caitlin Clark is sitting games out despite looking healthy, and why Stephanie's suddenly giving more love to the enemy than defending her own locker room.
What kind of a clown show league are we dealing with here? I mean, is this a WNBA problem or a Fever problem? You didn't give her any practice or ramp-up time last time?
At this point, people are asking the real questions. Like, is Caitlin Clark being benched to keep the spotlight away from the internal chaos? Because let's be honest, Caitlin being on the court against Bonner would have drawn massive attention. Headlines, questions, tension, maybe someone wanted to avoid that firestorm altogether. And maybe, just maybe, keeping Clark out was about more than groin rehab.
You didn't give her any practice or ramp-up time last time? You did not do that.
And then, just when you think the situation has peaked in weirdness, sport experts jump in, and they don't hold back at all. This is a clown show, they said. And you know what? They might be onto something. Their biggest gripe, the inconsistency. Earlier in the season, the Fever threw Caitlin back on the court straight out of an injury, with zero ramp-up, no real practice time, no conditioning. It was like, she's good to go? Cool, put her in. No hesitation.
Stephanie White did tell us that they will be even more cautious with their approach to her return to play this time. Last time when she came back after injury, she didn't get any practice time, any opportunity to ramp up her conditioning.
And now, suddenly they're acting like she needs a NASA-level training protocol before she can even run a drill. Now it's all about being extra cautious and rhythm with teammates. Where was that caution before? Then came the soccer ball incident. That clip went viral for a reason. Caitlin Clark, the same player who's not ready to hoop, was caught kicking a soccer ball, not limping, not moving gingerly. She swung that leg like she was back in high school playing varsity, and yeah, fans noticed.
I see her coming back in about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. Give it about 2 weeks, bro. I think she's probably going to come back.
One even commented, if she can do that, she can hoop. Another wrote, so we're just pretending this groin injury is that serious now? The internet lit up, because what they're seeing on camera doesn't match what the team is saying behind a mic.
I don't think it's any secret that we're going to have to expand the footprint, and we're going to have to put a little bit more cadence in between games.
That's when the questions really started to spiral. Is the team being honest about her injury status, or are they spinning a narrative to cover something else? Whether it's about internal team politics, protecting relationships, or just poor management, the whole thing feels off. Like fans are being fed half the story, while the rest stays locked behind that keep it inside wall Stephanie mentioned.
But what might be just as unbelievable is we've got Caitlin Clark out right now.
And honestly, that's the core of the frustration. This isn't just about basketball anymore. This is about trust. Fans want clarity. They want consistency. And most of all, they want to know the league's biggest star isn't being sidelined for reasons no one's willing to say out loud. Because when you've got cryptic pressers, strange praise for ex-players, mystery injuries, and viral soccer kicks, yeah, people are going to start asking what's really going on. And the longer the Fever avoid the truth, the louder those questions are going to get.
On a young team for Brazil is going to give her a great opportunity to grow from a leadership standpoint as well, and we'll wish her the best.
At this point, it's not just drama. It's starting to feel like a full-blown WNBA soap opera with Caitlin Clark caught right in the middle. And no, we're not wearing tinfoil hats. These conspiracy theories, they're not even that crazy anymore.
Clark's background in soccer is no secret, but seeing her swing her injured leg amid a groin injury has many Fever fans singing the same tune.
Let's just ask the obvious. Is Caitlin Clark really injured? Or is she being silenced by team politics? Because the vibes are off. Way off. You've got rumors swirling about locker room conflict, possible tension with the front office, and media pressure squeezing the organization from all sides. This isn't just about load management. This feels like damage control on steroids.
Never experienced this. When there have been NBA lockouts, there's not another player-owned league.
And what's even stranger? Clark's not benched at home like you'd expect for someone nursing a legit groin injury. Nope. She's traveling with the team, sitting courtside, smiling, showing up on camera. Is that supposed to be reassuring, or is it just a PR stunt? Some fans are even whispering. And yeah, we're going there. Is the team keeping her close so they can monitor what she says or does? Because seriously, if she's too hurt to play, why is she everywhere except on the court? That's what makes this next part even spicier. The exit rumors. At this point, this isn't just about a groin injury. It's not just about basketball. This is about how the league and one of its cornerstone franchises are handling the most important rookie in modern WNBA history. And if they're fumbling it this badly, it won't be long before something or someone breaks. So here we are. Cryptic coaches, strange injury timelines, locker room silence, and a superstar who's not playing but still showing up everywhere. And no one's giving fans a straight answer. But Caitlin Clark's silence? Yeah. That's the loudest thing in the room right now. If you think something fishy's going on, smash that like button, subscribe to know what's happening on the court.